Some, I think, Arav is in the pipeline. Good morning messages from Aditya and Priyank. So, good morning separately as well. Anubhav and Saurav is also now in the waiting room. Okay, I'm sure on a Saturday morning, you are expecting that you will nicely, cozily wake up at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, if there are no other classes, of course. Good morning, Arav also. I just got your message. They were maybe thinking that you will wake up at 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, or whatever time permits. But sometimes a Saturday becomes a working day. Priyank Agarwal has just mentioned, yes, sir. हम तो यही सोच रहे थे कि आराम से उठेंगे. But actually देखो, थोड़ा सोच के देखो, जैसे ऑफलाइन क्लास में you have to come to school, let's say. I mean, ठीक है, वीकेंड में नहीं आना पड़ता है, एक अलग बात है. But even weekday में भी अगर देखोगे, so for coming to the school, let's say 7:30 or 7 o'clock or something like that, you have to wake up at least 5:45 or maybe 5:30 or 6 o'clock. I mean, सारा चीज रेडी भी तो होना पड़ता है. और ये ऑफलाइन की बात कर रहा हूँ. ऑनलाइन में क्या है? If the class is 8 o'clock, even if you let's say wake up at 7:45, you can still make it, isn't it? और ऑफलाइन में ब्रेकफास्ट करके आना पड़ता था, है या नहीं? यहाँ तो शायद ब्रेकफास्ट भी पैरेलली चलता होगा. Who knows? कैमरा ऑन तो नहीं करा रहा हूँ, ठीक है ना? तो हर मीडियम के हर मीडियम के अपने अपने चैलेंजेस है, अपने अपने नुएंसेस है और अपने अपने इंटरेस्टिंग फैसेट्स भी है ना? हाँ, प्रियंका जस्ट सेंट अ मैसेज कि मैंने तो अलार्म भी नहीं लगाया था. That's pretty normal. हाँ?
अच्छा नहीं हुआ दो.
Oh, sometimes there are background conversations also, which get captured. I mean, I will have to in that case mute. Okay. Some more on the pipeline. Arav has just mentioned that कि sir school के classes other classes have clash कर रहा है. I understand, but it's not something that is going to happen frequently. ठीक है ना? So it's just a matter of maybe 1 or 2 weeks. It's like उतना थोड़ा सा adjust कर लो, ठीक है ना? What else can I say? In general, तो school 5-day week ही है. So classes will be from Monday to Friday only. So don't worry. Let's finally start. Yesterday we were discussing about binomial theorem. तो हमने देखा था कि binomial theorem का जो expansion होता है ना? वो होता है a plus b to the power n is equal to nc0. अगर मैं 0 से start कर रहा हूँ into a to the power n b to the power 0 plus nc1 a to the power n minus 1 b to the power 1 plus nc2 a to the power n minus 2 b to the power 2 plus nc3 a to the power n minus 3 b to the power 3 plus dot dot dot. Means in a similar way the expansion will go on. So I think there's nothing unusual in that. It was a pretty simple expression. हाँ, ये बात जरूर है कि मैंने इसका proof नहीं दिया, है ना? But then you know what? There are so many things associated with binomial theorem that if I start going to the depth of it, then it would be an endless ocean. So like next 10 days you have to do binomial theorem. There are so many aspects to it, or maybe at least 6-7 days, which I don't want. I just want that maybe in the next 15-20 minutes or half an hour we will wind up the topic, because we are going to only do that part which is required sometimes in physics. No other reason. So that's the thing. So now see, I would just like to verify one thing, and that is yesterday we did 1 or 2 questions on middle point, isn't it? Middle term. Didn't we do?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we have done. Fine. So now we want to move on to the next important part, and that is often. So this is what we sometimes require, and that is 1 plus x to the power n. Now, if I ask you what is 1 plus x to the power n, okay, Shekhar also says yes. Then what you can do is that put a as 1. So wherever you have A here, put 1, 1, 1, 1, 1.
Sir, 1 plus minus root 2x.
Yeah.
So 1 plus minus 2x.
No. अभी रुको अभी इतना जल्दबाजी नहीं, ठीक है ना? So what I have to do is that instead of A, wherever there is A, I will put 1, and wherever there is B, I'm going to put X. So it's a very simple thing. There's nothing complicated in that. It is just that there is a special case, and that's why I've written double star here. The special case is that if suppose X is very, very small compared to 1, now then what happens? Then what happens is that, let's say example is suppose X equal to 0.0001. Now even it can be even smaller than this also. I'm just taking an example. Then what happens is that if you look at the first term, what will it be? NC0 is 1. A to the power n is 1 only. Why? Because 1 to the power anything is 1. And B to the power 0, so there's nothing. So it is only 1. Plus, we know that NC1 is equal to n. So it will become n into A to the power n minus 1. Now A is equal to 1. So 1 to the power any power is anyway 1. Isn't it? So it is 1 into B to the power 1. Now B is x. So it is nx. Plus NC2 will be n into n minus 1 by 2. A to the power n minus 2. So A is 1. So this is also 1. And B to the power 2. Now B to the power 2 means x to the power 2. And then you have more terms in which x cube will be there. And then subsequently we will have x4, x5, x6 and so on. So a lot of terms will be there. Fine. Now have a look. If x is so small, then what will be x square? So if x equal to 0.001, 0001, 0 point away, so 0.000, 3 zeros and 1, then how much will be x square? 0.00000001. Now, isn't that negligible compared to the other terms? Isn't it? And what would happen to x cube? And then there will be a term which will have x4 also, x5 also, x6 also. Don't you think that as you are becoming or as you are taking higher and higher powers of x, the value is reducing to extremely small values? So small that we better neglect them. Isn't it? So what I will do is that I'm going to neglect all these terms. So these are neglected. Why? Because as we take higher powers of x, the terms actually become very negligible. So why take them at all then? Isn't it? So you have a situation where this will become equal to or approximately equal to. So I will even neglect this one also, sorry, x square as well. So I'm going to neglect all the terms. Okay. So this will be approximately 1 plus nx, where n is the power that is there here. Now, this is a conclusion that we got from binomial theorem. Let's see, how we can possibly use it, isn't it? So I will start with the question. The question is like this. Let's say I've dropped an object. So I've dropped a ball here and it is coming down. Question is, find the distance covered by the ball. Okay. In the interval 5 seconds to 5.0002 seconds. That's the question. So we are interested in finding out how much did the ball cover in the interval of time 5 seconds to 5.002 seconds. 0002 seconds. So in this small interval of time, how much distance did the body cover if I'm dropping the object from some height? If you throw it, the calculation will be different. If you drop it, the calculation will be different. I've asked a simplistic one, and that is drop. So essentially, the physics part of it is very clear. That in 5 seconds, let's say it is here. Suppose in 5 seconds it is here. And in, let's say, 5.0002 seconds, whatever it is. Suppose it's here. So the question is basically asking this one. So we drop the object at 5 seconds, let's say it is here. And then it continues its onward journey. And let's say at 5.0002 seconds, it's here. So the question is essentially asking, how much did it cover in this period? Okay, how much did it cover in this?
That's 0.002 meter.
I got an answer. Maybe you can start answering through messages because many a times audio becomes a little conflicting. I mean. But still, because you attempted once, so I would like to listen to you once. बोलो बोलो बोलो.
मैसेज कर दिया.
अच्छा, मैसेज कर. चलो ठीक है. It's fine. You have given an answer of 0.002 meter. Okay. That's one answer, and that has been given by Anubhav Das. Anybody else? I'm waiting for more answers. That you have to use binomial theorem. It is just that what I was wishing or wanting was that because we are discussing this question in the context of the backdrop of binomial theorem, why not use it? So let this also be a method other than other methods also. So up to you. Rohani has given, Aditya has given a more accurate answer, but you know what, Aditya? Take G as 10 and don't take G as 9.8 at all. So take a simplified value of G as 10, that's better. Arav has also given an answer, Aditya, Rohani. People are giving answers, I mean, quite a few. Similar answers I'm getting, most of them. But still I'm waiting. Okay. Now let's look at the approach of it. We know that whenever we drop an object, the distance covered is half into 10 into half 80 square, isn't it? Now in this case it will be G. So half into G, that is 10 into T square. Now how much is T square? T is 5.0002 square. Now this is the displacement in 5.0002 seconds. And what is the displacement in 5 seconds? You have to subtract that. So that we can subtract later on also. Let's do some manipulation out here. I can write this as half into 10 into, if I take out 5 as common, because 5.002 can also be written as 5 plus 0.0002. And then I can take 5 common also. So if I do that, I will get 5 square common and 1 plus 0.0002 by 5 whole square. Now this is the displacement in 5.0002 seconds. I hope you're getting it. So this will be equal to now, that's like 5 cubes. So that's 125. Or maybe we can keep it like this only for the moment. Wait for some more simplifications. Half into 10 into 5 square into. Now this we can use binomial theorem. 1 plus x. X is very small. To the power n. That's 2. So it will become 1 plus 0.0002 by 5 into 2. Now if you look at carefully, out of this term, half 10, 5 square into 1, this is actually the displacement in 5 seconds. So if I subtract it, I'm going to get the answer. So the answer is equal to minus half into 10 into 5 square. So actually this term will get vanished. So what will remain is half into 10 into 5 square into 0.0002 into 2 by 5. That's the answer. Okay. So out of that, what you can do is that 5 you can cancel one of them, isn't it? And if you want, this 2 also will get cancelled. So ultimately what you're going to get is 10. There's a 5 here also, mind it. Okay. And 0.0002. So like what I can do is that I can take this 2 here, so it becomes 100. So this decimal will shift by 2 units. So it will become equal to 0.01 meter. That's the answer. So the final answer will be 0.01 meter. That's the final answer. Initially, most of the answers that I've got is 0.002 meter or 0.02 meter. Though, of course, in the end, one answer that I'm getting is from Priyank Agnihotri. Priyank has given the right answer. Arav, your answer was wrong by 1 decimal part. So I hope that your calculation was a mistake. Rest was fine. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Doesn't matter. थोड़ा calculation mistake चलता रहता है. A little bit more detailed answer had come from Aditya as well. So maybe Aditya would use 9.8 and that's why you're getting this answer. Isn't it? But still, it is a problem because you're also getting 0.02 as the answer. Isn't it? So Aditya, yours also slightly wrong. Okay. So the only correct answer that has fully come, fully correct answer that has come is from Priyank Agnihotri. Rest have made a good attempt. Never mind. एक बार अच्छे से approach देख लो. This is the approach of the question. Fine. If you want to use binomial theorem, of course you want to expand and all. It's your choice. I'm not denying you that choice. But if you want to use binomial theorem, this is supposed to be the approach. Fine. Chalo, so let's proceed now. Now that was one instance where we used binomial theorem and got the answer. But yes, I would say once more, before I move on, and that is, in this case, binomial theorem was not a compulsion. It was an option. Okay. You can also use like this, half G 5.0002 whole square minus 5. So you can also use a square minus b square. So a square minus b square will be a plus b into a minus b. And then you can approximate and get the answer. So there are other options also. I'm not denying that. It's just that because we were discussing binomial, so I solved by binomial. And I'm also giving another option. You can try this one also. Doesn't matter. Whichever method you try, you will get the same answer, obviously. Isn't it? Priyanka has said the same thing, and that is, मैंने भी a square minus b square से किया. Doesn't matter. As I already told you, that there is no one royal road for solving a question. Many times it happens that you can solve by this method also, you can solve by this method also. Isn't it? Because there was a backdrop, so I did by binomial. So let's proceed and move on then. Next question is like this, that suppose there is a sphere. Suppose there is a solid sphere with a radius of 10 centimeters. So this is a solid sphere. Okay. And the radius is 10 centimeters. The radius is increasing by 0.1 millimeter, sorry, 0.01 millimeter every second. So question is that the radius is increasing by 0.01 millimeter every second. Find the rate of increase of surface area and volume every second. But mind you, this question is not for class work. This is for homework. So what I would expect is that by evening, I've already shared with you my number. By evening, just solve this question and send me a pic of the same. So this is not for class work. This is for homework. I will give you one more question. And that is, there is a cylinder of radius 10 centimeter and height also 10 centimeter. Right? The question is the same here also. And that is solve the same question. So if the radius is increasing by 0.01 millimeter every second, find the rate of increase of surface area and volume every second. That is, rate means every second in any case, but just to emphasize this. So 2 questions, both are homework. This is also homework. This is also homework. We will be discussing this in the next class. And in the meanwhile, take it as a homework and then, send it to me in that same number. I'm sharing my number once more, just in case somebody have not noted. And इसी number पे मुझे इसका फोटो भेज देना, जो भी वर्किंग किया तुमने उसका फोटो भेज देना, ठीक है? चलो, so I hope you have noted the question, Amit, so that we can move on.
Excuse me, sir.
हाँ ध्रुव बोलो बेटे।
सर आई वाज आस्किंग दैट जो सिलेंडर वाला क्वेश्चन है उसमें सिर्फ रेडियस इंक्रीज हो रहा है या हाइट भी इंक्रीज हो रही है?
नहीं, ओनली रेडियस।
ओके सर,
सिर्फ रेडियस दिया हुआ है, हाइट में कोई इंक्रीज नहीं। एनी अदर क्वेरी बच्चे, कोई किसी को?
नो सर।
So I'm asking everybody. So you cannot say no on behalf of everybody.
सिलेंडर में हाइट तो कांस्टेंट रहेगी ना?
हाँ जी, सिलेंडर का हाइट कांस्टेंट है, सिर्फ रेडियस इंक्रीज कर रहा है। मैंने पहले क्वेश्चन क्लियर कर दिया, ओनली रेडियस इज इंक्रीज, ठीक है ना? चलो, सो दैट्स द क्वेश्चन। अभी हाइट में कोई चेंज नहीं है। सो 2 क्वेश्चंस फॉर होमवर्क, send them once you have done it. Fine. Okay. Now we are going to move on to the next mathematical tool, and that is log. The full form of log is logarithm, but we generally use the short form. Okay. We generally use the short form, and that is log. Fine. But before I start log, I also have to take attendance. So let me quickly now take the attendance. I know it will take some time, but can't help. As I said, in the initial days, few days, we will be doing attendance as well. Okay, Aditya Bhatia.
Present, sir.
Adya.
Present, sir.
Arav.
प्रेजेंट सर।
Ayushi.
Present, sir.
Aditya Raj.
Sir, Aditi Raj. Present, sir.
Okay, Aditya Raj. Acha, Aditya is the next name. I got mixed up. Chalo, sorry. Aditya. Aditya
Present,
Sharma.
sir.
Okay.
Present, sir.
Okay, fine. Adyasha.
Present, sir.
Aiza.
Present, sir.
Ajitesh.
Present, sir.
Anubhav.
Present, sir.
Arnav.
Present, sir.
No more names are there. Aryan.
Present, sir.
Bhumi.
Present, sir.
Devadatta.
Present, sir.
कोई इश्यू है इसमें? Okay, after Devadatta it is Dev Goyal. Dev Goyal. Dhruv has just joined us. I'm marking Dhruv as present. Dev Goyal is not there, isn't it? Right. Dhruv Kamboj.
Present, sir.
Divit Sethia.
Present, sir.
Hardik.
Present, sir.
Hitat.
Present, sir.
Kritika.
Present, sir.
Manya.
Present, sir.
Margana. Mukund.
Present, sir.
Nikunj.
Present, sir.
Niyant.
Sir.
Palak.
Present, sir.
Pranav. Pranav Agarwal.
Panda sir, I've taken the attendance, so you can take it from me. I mean, just to save your time.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
telling you. Mm-hmm.
So I can drop the idea then?
You can drop that. Yes, sir. So I joined back again, no, because some students joined late, just to check that.
Some people just joined now.
Yes. I know. I woke them up. So, so Dev Goyal, he has not yet received my call, so I don't know. So it's only Dev who is absent now.
Achha. What about Markan? I think probably is not part of the batch.
Sir, I'll update you about some of the students later.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So, okay, let's continue then. We were discussing, or we were starting to discuss on log. I mean, what is log exactly? Isn't it? Now, log is actually an indirect way of writing index relationship in a different form, and that we call as log form. Now, let's understand what I'm trying to say. Let's say you have a simple relation 10 to the power 3 is equal to 1000. We know that, isn't it? So 10 to the power 3 means 10 into 10 into 10, and that is equal to 1000. Now, this is what is called as the index form of the relationship between the three numbers. So the index form of the relationship between the three numbers 10, 1000 and 3, 10, 3 and 1000 is 10 to the power 3 is equal to 1000. So this is the index form of the relation. Now the same relation can be expressed in what is called as log form also. Now then the relationship is log 1000 base 10. So look at the terminology that I'm using. Log 1000 base 10. So this is how we say also. Log 1000 base 10 is equal to 3. However, for the simplicity, for the sake of simplicity, if the base is 10, then we sometimes avoid saying the base. So we just say log 1000 is equal to 3. So when we don't say the base, means by default the base is taken to be 10. Now that's the way of simplification. Now you might say, what can be base other than 10? Well, it can be. There's no restriction as such. For example, this is one. So this is the log form of the relation. This is the index form. Now there could be other relations also. For example, let's see if I write 3 to the power 4 is equal to 81. Now that's again the index form. Now what will be the log form? Log form will be log 81 base 3 is equal to 4. So the moment we see log, let's understand the way to visualize or way to interpret. The way to interpret it is 10 to the power 3 is equal to 1000. 3 to the power 4 is equal to 81. So this is the way we are supposed to visualize the relationship. So nothing of a really big issue as such. It is just that in index form, there could be negative, numbers also. Sometimes that is more general, but in log form, we have a restriction. So we have a restriction in the definition of log. So in definition of log, which is the general form, log A base B is equal to C. In this, we have a restriction. That restriction is that A has to be greater than 0. So A has to be positive, cannot be negative. That's first restriction. Second restriction is that same holds for B also. B should be greater than 0 and B cannot be equal to 1. I'm sure you must be guessing why is it not equal to 1. Because let us say I ask you this relationship, and that is log 5 base 1 is equal to how much? Now, base 1 not allowed. Now, why not allowed? There is a logic also, and logic is here. Can you tell me what power of 1 will give you 5? There is no power of 1 which is going to give you 5. Isn't it? So, therefore, any base of 1 is not allowed. So what is not allowed is negative numbers inside the log, and also the base has to be not only positive but also not equal to 1. So these are the two restrictions that are there when it comes to the definition of log, whereas a similar restriction is not exactly there in case of index. So index is a wider form of notation. Log is slightly restricted in that sense. Fine. Chalo, theek hai. I hope you have now got the meaning of the basic idea of log. So now I can ask questions in what I could possibly point out and also ask questions. Let's see. Okay. Suppose I ask, maybe I can ask whom? Aditya Sharma. Aditya Sharma, question for you. So,
Yes, sir.
Suppose I ask you log, how much will that be? Quickly.
Sir, 5.
But-
Sir, 6.
Okay, Aditya Sharma says 5 and then 6. Okay, that's 6 as the answer. Let's quickly move on. Aiza. Well, others must be ready with the answer. Aiza, what is the answer?
Just a second, sir.
You won't get any second. Ajitesh.
Sir, 8.
Sir, 8.
Okay, Ajitesh says 8.
Sir, 8.
कोई बात नहीं. Manya.
Sir, I also said 8.
Okay. So Aiza, did you answer?
So the answer is 8. No, sir, 8.
Okay, fine. So actually, see, the way we will understand is that root 3 to the power how much should be equal to 81. Now, one way to visualize is that we know 3 to the power 4 is equal to 81. 3 to the 9th is a 27, 3 is 81. So 3 to the power 4 is 81. And from root 3 to 3, you need a squaring. So that's 2. So 4 and 2, that means what? You mix them up and you get 8. Now, these are ways of visualizing. I'm not saying that this is the only way to visualize. You can think in your own way. You can just probably think like this, that root 3 to the power x is equal to 81. So that 3 to the power half. So 3 to the power x by 2. So you have 3 to the power x by 2 is equal to 81. And then you can link it up that 81 is equal to 3 to the power 4. Isn't it? And then you can get the value of x. So nothing very surprising. It is just that you have to somehow link the two. Chalo, I'm going to ask a few more questions maybe before I go on. Now the next question is 2. Let's see, whom should I ask? Sankalp, your turn. Sankalp. Sankalp, can you put your audio on?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Your turn now, quickly. And if I go next to somebody, he won't get time. Sankalp will get some amount of time, but not others.
Okay, sir. Sir, it will be minus 3 by 4.
Okay, minus 3 by 4. Let's go to Swayam Duhan.
Yes, sir. Sir, minus 3 by 2.
Minus 3 by 2. Okay. Vaishnavi.
Sir, minus 4 by 3.
Minus 4 by 3. Hitat.
Minus 4 by 3.
Minus 4 by 3. Now, because the answer has started repeating, so I think we can trust this answer more. Okay, let's look at the steps. First of all, this is actually 5 to the power 4. 5 5s are 25, 5s are 125, 5s are 625. So that's like 5 to the power 4. But this is actually 1 upon 25. So first of all, we have to swap. Swapping means minus 1. And then take a cube root, because that will give you 5. So that's like 1/3. So minus 1/3 and then 4 times. So therefore, minus 4 by 3 is the correct answer. Fine. So if you write it down, of course, you can do it formally as well. But then if it would be better if you can do probably orally. It's like 1 by 125 to the power x is equal to 625, which is 5 to the power 4. Now this is 5 to the power minus 3. So 5 to the power minus 3 to the power x is equal to 5 to the power 4. That means 5 to the power minus 3x is equal to 5 to the power 4. So therefore, finally, x equal to minus 4 by 3. Now that's the formal way of doing it. The informal or the oral or the mental method of doing it is that, first of all, let's swap. So that's minus 1. Then let's take a cube root to get 5. So that's 1/3. So minus 1/3. And then we have to raise the power to the power 4. Why? Because from 5 to 625, it's raised to the power 4. So minus 1/3 to the power 4. That means into 4. So that gives us the answer of minus 4 upon 3. So we'll take one last question and then we'll move on to some properties of log. Okay. And that is log Okay, so let's ask this question to Niyant Singh. Niyant, can you be audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please. Your turn first.
Minus
We will give you some time. For others, there is no time. It has to be immediate.
Sir, minus 11 by 8.
Minus
11 by 8.
minus 11 by 8. Let's quickly move on to Kritika. Kritika,
Yes, sir. 1 second.
1 second, you will not get. Only the first person gets. Because the time the first person is taking, you are also getting that time parallel. Your time didn't start after his time ended, isn't it?
Sir, minus 9 by 8.
Okay, minus 9 by 8. Palak,
Minus 5 by 8.
minus 5 by 8. Okay. Siddharth, I already asked. David Setia.
So minus 11 by 8.
Okay, minus 11 by 8. So like there's a repeat. Hardik.
Minus 11 by 8.
Okay, maybe one more. Saurabh Mishra.
Minus 11 by 8.
Okay, because minus 11 by 8 has started repeating, so I think probably we can trust it more, isn't it? Again, let's look at the way. See, the basic idea is of actually 2. Isn't it? It is of 2 actually. But because there is root 2, so we can even reduce it to root 2 also. There is no harm actually. So from 1 by 16, I have to first of all go to 16, so that's minus 1. Now 2 to the power 4 is 16. But if I want to go to root 2, it has to be root 2 to the power 8. So minus 1 by 8. This is what we've reached till now. And 32 is actually 2 to the power 5. But there is a root 2 also. That's 5.5. That is 11 by 2. Or, sorry, if I take root 2 as the base, then it is root 2 to the power 11. So therefore, minus, then 1 by 8, and then 11. So that's minus of 11 by 8. Now, there's another way of looking at it. If you don't take the base as root 2, but if you want to take the base as 2, there's a way for that also. If you do that, then it will be minus, swapping, then 1 by 4. Now, why 1 by 4? Because then you will get to 2. But 32 root 2 is actually 2 to the power 5.5. That is 11 by 2. Not 11, but 2 to the power 11 by 2. So, into 11 by 2. So, either you do this. Here we have taken root 2 as the base. And here we have taken 2 as the base. Now, this is what if you want to do it orally. Right? But if you want to do, let's say, technically as I have done earlier. So, then I will write like this, which is a very simple one. 1 upon 16 to the power x is equal to 32 root 2. Okay. So, this will become 2 to the power minus 4 to the power x is equal to, this is like 2 to the power 5 into 2 to the power half. So, that's 5.5. That is 2 to the power 11 by 2. So, you have minus 4x is equal to 11 by 2. So, you have x equal to minus 11 by 8. So, I have actually indicated both ways. If you want to do it orally, what to do, and if you want to do by proper writing, I mean, what has to be done. So both ways I have shown. Not only that, I also showed orally, if you want to take root 2 as the base, what is the process? And if you want to take 2 as the base, then what is the process? Okay. So that's a good job done. Now let's move on to some of the rules of log actually. Okay. All those rules that I'm going to write are again going to be proved in your mathematics classes. But if I start going to the proof and all, then I have to spend entire 2-3 classes on log itself. So like, let's not do that. Let us know only the general rules. So log A base B plus log C base B is equal to log AC base B. So if there is an addition in log, it actually gets converted into a product. Or you can say the vice versa also. That if there's a product inside a log, we can convert it into addition. Okay. Similarly, for log A base B minus log C base B will be log A upon C base B. Okay. Okay, so I was getting some answers in the chat box also. I was not noting that. Oh, sorry. There were quite a few answers correct also. I mean, other than the ones that I asked. Okay, chalo, take it. Good. So these are some of the rules. I mean, there is one rule for index also. For example, log a to the power m base b can also be written as log m log a base b. So this is the additional rule. This is the addition rule. This is the subtraction rule. This is the power rule, and this is also a base changer rule. Now, base changer rule means that suppose you want to change the base, then what to do? Okay, so you have log a base b can also be written as log a base c upon log b base. So now you are changing the base to some other number. But of course, the restrictions still hold. And that is neither b nor c can be equal to 1. So the restrictions of log, basic log, I mean, they still hold. Fine? Okay. Now I would like to ask you some more questions based on these only. And that is, suppose it is given that log a base b is positive. Right? It is suppose given. Can you tell me under which conditions will this happen? Okay, now Dhruv has asked one more question, and that is, sometimes we have seen that E is not written in some cases. Okay, the base. As I said, if you are writing log, then by default the base is 10. So the base need not be written. So therefore, if I ask you log 32, so that actually means log 32 base 10. Similarly, there is one more base which we are about to talk to Amit, and that is ln 30. I mean, not 32, any number. Let's say 37. Now, what is meant by this? This actually means log 37 base E. Now, just like pi is a constant, similarly, E is a very, very important and interesting mathematical constant. EM. Now, how much is E equal to? Because the question has come from Dhruv. I'm holding this discussion slightly because there's a question from Dhruv, and that is about regarding EM. So I'm just discussing that part, and once that is over, then we'll go back to this. See, this is about ln. So I told about log earlier. So by default, in log, the base is supposed to be 10. Similarly, by default, in ln, the base is supposed to be E. Now, what is E? E is approximately 2.7. Approximately. Now, you might say, why are you giving approximate value? What is the exact value? Well, exact value is an expansion actually. So, E is actually equal to 1 upon 0 factorial plus 1 upon 1 factorial plus 1 upon 2 factorial plus 1 upon 3 factorial and up to infinity. This is what is EM. So this goes on. So plus 1 upon 4 factorial plus 1 upon 5 factorial plus 1 upon 6 factorial. So the infinite expansion of this series is what is called by a common name, and that is E. And E is a very fascinating and interesting mathematical constant. And there are so many properties and relationships that E has with many other facets of mathematics. But then those are things that you will be reading in your mathematics in details. We are not going to be so much involved in that. But just because you asked the question, I've just mentioned what exactly E is. E is this number. And if you approximate, see, 0 factorial is 1, so 1 by 1 is 1. 1 by 1 is 1, so that's like 1 plus 1, 2. 1 by 2 factorial is 1 by 2, so that's 0.5. This is around 1 by 6, so 0.167. So till this, if you look at, it's approximately 2.67. Till this. But you know, after that, the numbers become very, very small. Because this will be what? 1 upon 24. Isn't it? And 1 by 24 is like 0.04. Then the next is 1 upon 120. So that's like 0.0 something, 00 something. So the contributions of the later numbers are very less. And that's why till here we have reached 2.67. But if you look at the other infinite number of terms and add all of them, the approximate value will be 2.7. That's the case. Fine. So, 2.7273 doesn't matter. You can take approximate values. Okay. So that's the case. So that's your E for you. Okay. Sometimes if you look at log tables, now I hope everybody has bought a log table. If not, then please buy it at the earliest whenever you get an opportunity next. In log table, you get log values of base 10 as well as log values of base E as well. Okay. And there is an interconversion formula also. Right. So let's say if there is some number whose log you have to find out base E, then we can find out with the help of log base 10 as well. So there is a relationship, and that is 2.303 into log n base 10. So that is the relationship. Any number, if you want to find out the log of the number with the base E, and you know the number or the log of the value of that number with the base 10, then the relationship is log n base E is equal to 2.303 into log n base 10. Fine, so nothing very surprising. Okay, this is the way we can find out. Okay. Now let's shift our focus of attention. Okay, focus of attention on this one. Okay, when is log A base B greater than 0? And when is log A base B less than 0? And why not focus on log A base B equal to 0? So all the three are, isn't it? Because there's a slight lack of time, so I would not like to go into that today maybe. So I will just focus on this part first and then focus a little bit on graph. Okay, graph of log. And then maybe we will discuss this in more details in the next class. But what about this one? Log A base B is equal to 0. So what is the condition for that?
Sir, A equal to 1.
A equal to 1.
Simple. Because one condition still holds. Because this log is defined, that means B is not equal to 1, that is for sure. That is for sure. So therefore, the only condition that we have to mention, of course, we can mention that B not equal to 1, but then that's a redundancy. Why? Because we already know that because the log is defined, that means B is not equal to 1. So the only thing that we need to say is that A is equal to 1. So if A is equal to 1, then any base B other than 1, of course, to the power 0 will be equal to 1. So therefore, the condition is that A has to be equal to 1. But as far as the restriction of these two, maybe think on these at home and get a complete answer. Then we will discuss in the next class. In today's session, we are going to discuss something else as well. And that is the graph of log x base 10 when this is suppose x. Now, to do that graph, let's plot some points. So if I take, let's say, x, and this is suppose y is equal to log x base 10. I want to plot it. We know that if x is equal to 1, then y is 0. If I take x equal to 10, then y is 1. If I take x as 100, y is 2. If I take x as 1000, it is 3. So you are seeing that the development in the value of y or the increment in the value of y is happening very slowly. Have a look. Whereas x is increasing very rapidly from 1 to 10, x became 10 times, but from here it just increased by 1. From here 10 to 100, so it became another 10 times. So there's an increment of 90, but the log value increased by only 1. Here from 100 to 1000, it increased by 900. Or you can say that it increased by 10 times, whereas this went from 2 to 3. Now that is for higher and higher values. You can plot it yourself. Let's also plot some more by taking slightly lower values. For example, let's say if I take 1 upon 10, this will be minus 1. If it is minus 1 by 100, sorry. If it is 1 upon 10, this is minus 1. If it is 1 by 100, it is minus 2. If it is it visible? Okay. 1 by 1000, it is minus 3. Now I think we have sufficient number of points. I think now we have sufficient number of points to really give a proper answer or to draw a proper graph, isn't it? So let's start by plotting the first point. If x equal to 1, okay, then the value of the log is 0. So it has to pass from here. If x equal to 10, the value is 1. So like if it is 10, so let's take 10, this is 1. Now 100. So therefore if you plot, it will actually go like this. Though it will continuously increase, though it is going to continuously increase, but as you see, it is tapering off. So like it will initially increase slightly rapidly, then less rapidly, less rapidly, less rapidly, less rapidly, and so on. Now let's look at the other way around. 1 upon 10, so like the value of 1 by 10, then it is minus 1 here. So if you plot, it will become like this. This is what the plot will be. Okay. Now, I would give you 2 more questions based on this. You solve and send it, because you can't send this particular thing in the Zoom chat. So you have to send it in that same number, 9555. Quickly send. I'm giving you 2 graphs to draw. One is log mod x base 10, and the other is y is equal to log mod of. So 2 graphs to be drawn. Number 1, number 2. This is log x base 10. I'm suggesting you to draw 2 more. One is log of mod x base 10, and the other is y is equal to mod of log x base 10. Go ahead. And send it using the number that I've told you. So then just send a pic across quickly. So I'm waiting for that. So I'm waiting for your answers. One is log mod x base 10, and the other is y is equal to mod of log x base 10. Now let's analyze it. First of all, let's take the first one, or rather the second one. I'm starting with the second one, mind you. Okay. Oh, one or two more answers are coming up in the WhatsApp. So can I check them? Saurav has given an answer. Saurav, no. Saurav, one is partly correct, one is not correct. Okay? Chalo, koi baat nahi. All good attempts. I mean, we all learn from mistakes if there are. So let's see. First of all, I'm starting with the second one, and that is y is equal to mod of log x base 10. So therefore, the inside part, that is a log x base 10, that's the same. That's log x base 10. Now, if I take a mod over this, what will happen? We know that mod converts everything into positive. So if it is negative, it will become positive. If it is positive, it is going to retain. Now this log x base 10, if you look at this part, is positive. So that will be retained. That is not going to change, isn't it? But this part, from negative, it has to become positive. So I will make a reflection out of it. So the first graph is y is equal to mod of log x base 10. So I'll just make a reflection and this will become like this. Fine. So that's the answer. So that's the answer to the second question, in fact. And that is log x base 10 का mod. ठीक है? तो ये हो गया. Done. Now let's look at the logic of log mod of x base 10. ठीक है ना? तो देखो, अगर मान लो, so second is done. I'm going to look at the first one. So for the first one, let's again draw log x base 10 first. So this is y is equal to log x base 10. Okay? We know that in this case, the graph is restricted to on this side. Why? Because on this side only x is positive. And we know that in this log, the number as well as the base has to be always positive. And with additional criteria that base cannot be 1, so it is not 1, so it's okay. X can be any value, no issue. It can be 1 also, it can be anything. So this is log x base 10. We cannot draw graph on the other side. Why? Because on the other side, the value of x is negative, and so we cannot. But the moment you are writing log mod of x base 10, so therefore, even if x is negative, mod of x will become positive. So what is required is that this number must be positive. And in this case, the way the question has been given, even if x is negative, because of the mod, it will become positive. So therefore, this time, the graph will exist even for negative values of x also. Now we know that, let's say if x is equal to 20, and let's say if x is equal to minus 20, for both of them, mod x is the same value, and that is 20. So this graph will replicate on the other side also. So there will be a symmetrical graph on the other side. So this is 0. So this will also be 0. It has to be the same. And then the reflection of the graph. Fine. Have a look. Okay, that's the case. Fine. So that will be your log of mod of x base 10. That's the graph. Got it? Chalo. So that was about log graphs. We will of course talk about more types of graphs later on, but when it comes to log graph, this is the graph. Now one last graph is like this, that this is log x base 10. So this is log x base 10 graph. So y is equal to log. Now in this graph itself, draw log x base e graph. So don't make a new graph. So what you do is that for this use a dotted line. So if the graph is, let's say, like this, then draw it like this. Whatever it is. So that we understand that the dark line is for log x base 10 and a dotted line will be for log x base e. Fine. So go ahead and again send me the answers quickly. यानी इसी ग्राफ में जक्स्टापोज करके बना. That's the question. I have not got any answer till now. Just waiting for your response. Okay, one answer I've just got, that is from Arav. Okay, Arav, this time your answer is fully correct. Last time it was partly correct. So this time your answer is fully correct, Arav. Okay, who else? पिछले क्वेश्चन से ज्यादा आसान है. कई बार हम लोग अपने ही अंदर मेंटल ब्लॉक्स बना लेते हैं. Actually, this is easier question. Arav has given an answer and Arav's answer is 100% correct. I'm just waiting for some more responses. Next response is from whom? If you have not written your name, please write your name also. Okay, Palak is the next one who has given the answer, and let me just check. Hetarth, your answer is correct. Actually, as I said, this is actually easier question. पलक नो थोड़ा सा तुमने डिस्प्लेस कर दिया, वो नहीं होगा, थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ हो गया, एक बार दोबारा अटेम्प्ट करो अगर चाहो तो. शिखर आंसर ना शिखर नहीं तुमने कुछ और ही चेंज कर दिया. ध्रुव गोयल थोड़ा सा गोल मोटल कर दिया ध्रुव गोयल. ठीक है ना, ध्रुव तुमने थोड़ा सा गोल मोटल कर दिया, इसलिए एक पार्ट सही है बट पूरा सही नहीं है. और दिवित तुमने उल्टा कर दिया. एक्चुअली जो रिलेशनशिप है ना उसको उल्टा कर दिया, इस वजह से गड़बड़ हो. निकुंज, योर आंसर इज करेक्ट. ठीक है. So those were the responses that were there. Let me now sum it up, or maybe I will just look at one more before I give the answer. पता है who is this? No, ये कौन है? प्रियंक, तुमने थोड़ा सा गड़बड़ कर दिया, कुछ अजीब से कर दिया मतलब. ठीक है ना. मे बी प्रियंक, बट माई गेस इज दैट प्रियंक यू आर थिंकिंग राइट बट समहाउ गिविंग द रॉन्ग आंसर. ठीक है ना, वो ग्राफ को कुछ ज्यादा ही घुमा दिया ऐसे करके, वो नहीं होगा. ओके, लेट मी लुक एट रूहानीज आंसर आल्सो. रूहानी, तुमने भी ना थोड़ा सा गोल मोटल कर दिया. ग्राफ हैज टू बी वेरी प्रिसाइज एंड एक्यूरेट. अच्छा, मैं एक्चुअली क्या करूंगा, इस ग्राफ को बनाने के लिए मैं थोड़ा हेल्प लूंगा अपना रिलेशनशिप. मैंने अभी थोड़ी देर पहले बताया था ना कि log x base e is equal to 2.303 times log x base 10. इसका मतलब समझो कि log x base 10 का वैल्यू जो भी होगा उसको 2.303 से मल्टीप्लाई कर दो तो log x base e का वैल्यू है. और यहाँ पे log x base e को ही तो प्लॉट करने के लिए बोला, तो 2.303 टाइम्स होगा. यानी यहाँ पे अगर log का वैल्यू 1 पॉइंट समथिंग है या पॉइंट समथिंग है, उसको 2.303 टाइम्स मल्टीप्लाई. यहाँ पे कुछ अगर वैल्यू होगा उसको 2.303. यहाँ पे अगर कुछ वैल्यू है तो उसको भी 2.303 टाइम्स. यहाँ पे अगर कुछ वैल्यू होगा तो 2.303 टाइम्स. इट डज नॉट डिपेंड ऑन वेदर द लॉग वैल्यू इज पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव. सो व्हाट आई विल डू इज दैट, अच्छा एक चीज और है कि x इक्वल टू 1 पे log x बेस e भी 0 होता है, log x बेस 10 भी 0 होता है. अगर x इक्वल टू 1 रखते हो तो log 1 बेस e वो भी 0 होता है, log 1 बेस 20 वो भी 0 होता है, log 1 बेस 30 वो भी 0 होता है, log 1 बेस 1/√2 वो भी 0 होता है. Any number 0 ही होगा. So therefore this will be a common point where every log will pass through. Every log has to pass through. क्योंकि log x base 10 पूछा है, सॉरी x base e पूछा है और वो 2.303 टाइम्स है, इसलिए ये हो जाएगा log x base e. 2-3 जने ने इसका आंसर करेक्ट ही दिया है, ऐसा बात नहीं. This is the relationship. अच्छा एक काम करो, एक और बता देता हूं मैं. log x base 50 is equal to क्या होगा, उसका ग्राफ भी बना लेते हैं. तो log x base 50 का क्या होगा ना, क्योंकि बेस बढ़ गया तो log का वैल्यू घट जाएगा. ठीक है ना, तो उसका क्या हो जाएगा फिर ना, उसका ये हो जाएगा. तो अलग बना देता हूं. सो दैट थोड़ा डिस्टिंग्विश हो जाए। ये 3 ग्राफ्स हो गए, ठीक है ना। ये है log x बेस 10, ये हो गया log x बेस e, और ये हो गया log x बेस 50। I mean, see, 50 is not the main criteria. इसकी 50 की जगह 40 हो, 30 हो, 20 हो, है ना, 100 हो, 80 हो, ये इस ग्राफ से नीचे से जाएगा यहाँ और यहाँ वाले पॉइंट से ऊपर। That is the main idea. Now you might say कि log x 50 के लिए हमें क्या मल्टीप्लाई करना चाहिए, जैसे इसका 2.303, वो तो देखो कैलकुलेट करके देखना पड़ेगा। That we can do, I mean calculation, those calculations we can do. ऐसे कोई impossible कुछ नहीं है। It is just that अभी तो वो जो कैलकुलेशन नहीं पता, लेकिन इतना जरूर पता है क्योंकि बेस बढ़ गया, है ना, बेस बढ़ गया, यानी log का वैल्यू थोड़ा सा घट जाएगा। That's the only thing that we can comment on. And that's why log x बेस 10 को रेफरेंस ले लिया मैंने। बेस को कम करोगे तो क्या होगा, उसका भी इफेक्ट पता चल गया, और अगर बेस को ज्यादा करोगे तो क्या होगा, उसका भी इफेक्ट पता चल गया। Is that okay now? Fine. चलो, any queries on this log बेटे? Anybody? So what I do now is that I leave 2 questions for homework already I've given, and 2 more things to think on. Because this is what we will discuss in the next class in the beginning, and then we will move on to the next topic, and that is on trigonometry. Fine. चलो ठीक है, तो आज के लिए इतना ही करते हैं। आज हमने log के ऊपर डिस्कशन किया, effective discussion. I hope now you have started visualizing log because that's what the main purpose is. अब log का क्या यूज होता है all? वैसे तो फिजिक्स में log कम यूज होता है, log का ज्यादा यूज होता है केमिस्ट्री में, पर ठीक है, साइंसेस है, there is no harm in studying. Fine. चलो, so that's it for today. I hope you had a slightly off Saturday in the sense कि Saturday छुट्टी के एक्सपेक्टेशन में सब लोग रहते हैं, and वो छुट्टी मार दिया गया है, तो चलो कोई बात नहीं, 1-2 बार की बात है, not that it is going to happen very frequently. So I hope there is no Saturday classes in the next week, and even if there are, I hope that would be the last weekend. Fine. चलो, आज के लिए इतना बेटे, we'll carry on. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye, Priyank. Bye, Aditya. Thank you. Bye, Adesha.